Okay, so when we think superhero, what comes to mind? Probably adventure, right? Good guys punching bad guys. But back in 1982, writer Alan Moore took a forgotten hero and he didn't just tell his story. He put the entire superhero dream on an operating table. He performed an autopsy. And in doing so, he transformed it into this terrifying philosophical horror story that would literally change comics forever.
And the whole thing, the entire story, boils down to one central, absolutely horrifying question. What happens when a man truly becomes a god? And this isn't just some comic book power fantasy. No, this question is built on the philosophy of Friedrich Nietzsche, the idea that humanity isn't the end goal, but just a bridge to something greater, something he called the Übermensch. So Moore's big question is, what actually happens when someone makes that leap? For real?
So what we're going to do here is watch as Moore takes that classic superhero fantasy, that bright, simple world of good versus evil, and just twists it and twists it until the absolute nightmare hiding underneath is all you can see. He's deconstructing a dream to show us the trauma at its core.
So here's our game plan for today. We'll start with the autopsy, then deconstruct the dream, look at the God-making blueprint, explore the idea of lightning versus madness, see the perfect gilded cage that's built, and finally ask what the price of that paradise really is. Let's get into it.
All right, Section 1, a superhero autopsy, from dream to traumatic memory. Okay, so our story, our autopsy, begins with this guy, Michael Moran. And on the surface, he's just a regular guy, a middle-aged reporter who gets these awful migraines. But he's also got these recurring dreams where he's flying. And the thing is, they feel way, way too real to just be a fantasy.
And that's because it's not a fantasy. The terrifying truth here is that his dream isn't a wish, it's a memory. It's a broken, traumatic flashback to his last mission as Miracle Man, all the way back in 1963. And get this, that mission was a setup. It was secretly designed to kill him and bury the entire project forever.
Okay, part 2, deconstructing the dream, or killing the superhero myth. So before Moore can build up his new god, he first has to tear the old one down, piece by piece. This is the deconstruction, and it's where he just systematically and brutally demolishes every single part of the classic superhero myth we thought we knew.
So where does he start? The origin story. You know that charming old tale about a mystical scientist who grants him amazing powers? Yeah, complete lie, a total fabrication designed to hide the cold, hard truth. He was the product of a top-secret and, frankly, pretty amoral government experiment.
Okay, so what about all those heroic adventures he remembers so clearly? Nope, they never happened. They were just really sophisticated simulations. Fake memories that were literally fed into his brain while his real body was lying unconscious in some secret government lab.
And his magic word, right? Komoda. It's not magic at all. It was a clinical post-hypnotic trigger, just a cold keyword cooked up by scientists to activate their living weapon. That's it.
And this is what's so brilliant about what Moore is doing here. He takes a common comic book tool, the retcon, where writers go back and change past events to clean things up, but he weaponizes it. He isn't using it to clean up the story, he's using it to perform a death of God right there on the page. He is killing the innocent fantasy to reveal this horrible, traumatic scientific truth underneath.
Part 3, the God-making blueprint, aka Project Zarathustra. So, okay, if there was no wizard, then who was behind all of this? And the answer is, so much more chilling than some cackling supervillain. What we find is the entire philosophical blueprint for the story, the deliberate, scientific, step-by-step creation of a god.
And to really get what happens next, you have to understand this one key concept from Nietzsche, the Übermensch, or the Overman. Now, this isn't just a strong guy. This is a being so far beyond humanity that our rules, our morality, they just don't apply. They don't follow our values, they create their own.
And this is where it all clicks into place. The secret British program wasn't called, Project X or something generic. It was called Project Zarathustra. Moore is basically handing us the Rosetta Stone to unlock the entire story. The scientists weren't just trying to build a better soldier. They were trying to engineer a god, based on Nietzsche's playbook.
And if you look at Miracle Man's whole journey, it follows this philosophical playbook to a T. Step 1, abandon your creator. In this case, a really flawed, twisted scientist. Step 2, shed your human identity. He has to get rid of Michael Moran. And that leads to the third, final, world-shattering step: create a new world with new values by literally reshaping the planet in your own image.
All right, Section 4, Lightning versus Madness, a fractured ideal. But here's the thing. Project Zarathustra didn't create one single perfect god. No, their grand ideal, it fractured. It split right down the middle into two terrifyingly literal results.
And Moore spells it out for us. He pulls this quote directly from Nietzsche's book, Thus Spoke Zarathustra, and puts it right in the comic. He is this lightning. He is this madness. He's basically screaming at us, you know? This isn't just about superheroes punching each other. It's about two sides of the same godlike coin. The power to create, that's the lightning, and the absolutely terrifying, world-breaking power to destroy, that's the madness.
So, on one side, you have Miracle Man. He is the lightning. He's that constructive, creative force who really wants to build a new, better world. But then, on the other side, you have his old sidekick, Kid Miracle Man. And he is the madness. We're talking pure, destructive nihilism in a cape. A bitter, resentful child who just happens to have the power of a god. And it is absolutely horrifying.
Okay, Section 5, the perfect, gilded cage, and Utopia's hidden price. So after this truly apocalyptic battle with Kid Miracle Man, a battle that literally levels London, Miracle Man has this big realization. To stop this kind of horror from ever happening again, to truly build a perfect world, he has to take that final step. He has to complete his transcendence into a full-blown god.
And what does that mean? It means he has to kill what's left of his own humanity. He literally, formally declares his human alter ego, Michael Moran, you remember, that flawed, dreaming guy we met at the very beginning, to be dead. He's gone.
And from the ashes of that old world, he builds paradise. A real, honest-to-goodness utopia. Think about it. War is gone, money is abolished, disease is cured, injustice is over. He restructures the global economy, he moves mountains, and builds a brand new Olympus right on the ruins of London. He solves every single problem humanity has ever faced. It seems perfect, right? It's absolute paradise. But this is where Moore hits us with his final chilling question. Is it really paradise, or is this perfect world actually a trap?
And that brings us to our final section, the price of paradise. What we lose when we finally win. This right here is the story's ultimate, most brutal critique of the whole superhero dream. Because, as it turns out, this paradise comes at a hidden and, frankly, a terrible cost.
So, the superhero dream finally came true. The heroes saved us all, but the price was our freedom. You see, humanity didn't get a vote in this new world. It's a gift that was forced on us by a benevolent but absolute dictator. He's put us all in this beautiful, perfect, gilded cage. By solving all of our problems for us, he's taken away our purpose. He's actually ended the human struggle itself.
And that leaves us with this one final, really haunting question. Nietzsche, he believed that our meaning in life comes from struggle, from that painful but beautiful process of overcoming things. So, if a god just swoops in and takes all of that away, and just hands us perfection on a silver platter, what's left for us to do? What part of our humanity do we actually lose when the fight is finally truly over?